When the zombie apocalypse came, one country had shut down its borders in response to a major terrorist attack. Now Fortress Britain is the last bastion of the living, with 50 million beleaguered survivors facing down a world of 7 billion animated corpses. And when civilization fell, one international team of supremely elite special operators was being assembled for a nearly impossible mission, deployed out of the SAS barracks at Hereford. Supremely trained and armed, always the most skilled, resolved and unstoppable amongst us. Now the commandos of Alpha Team are humanity's last best hope for survival, searching through the detritus of fallen Europe, scavenging pharmaceutical labs for clues to a vaccine that might bring humanity back from the brink. They are tasked with one last desperate operation. They must cross the Atlantic, aboard the world's only remaining supercarrier, insert by air into the very middle of a dead continent, and then fight their way on foot through a city of 3 million ravening dead guys. But these Zulus will not be like any zombies they have ever fought before. This is the Outbreak. Episode 1, Dead Drop. Let me introduce you to the heroes of our story. Bravo, Zulu, Delta, Echo, and Fox. 5 men who were once part of the Joint Special Operations Command's elite unit, known as Task Force 20, handpicked by General Clayton Rickshaw, whose Black Ops teams have undertaken some of the most daring and deadly missions in recent history. There's Bravo, Zulu, former U.S. Army Ranger, demolitions expert. Bravo is the muscle of the group, a man who doesn't ask questions, just follows orders. Next is Delta, South African Special Forces, tracker and hunter, always calm and always in control. Echo, a British Royal Marine, master of disguise and infiltration. Fox, a German KSK operator, weapons and tactics expert. And finally, Lima, a French Gigan operator, the sniper of the group. They are the best of the best, handpicked for this suicide mission by General Clayton Rickshaw himself. But how did we get here? How did the world end? What happened to society? What led us to this point of no return? It all started with a terrorist group making a bioweapon. They had no idea what it would create. Planes fell from the sky, cars stopped dead in their tracks, and chaos ensued, disrupted the delicate balance of the global supply chain, causing food shortages, water contamination, and a breakdown of law and order. Within days, the undead began to rise, animated by some unknown virus, and hungry for human flesh. Governments scrambled to contain the outbreak, but it was too late. The zombie apocalypse was upon us. Countries began to fall one by one, consumed by the ravenous dead. But one nation stood firm, the United Kingdom, or what some have dubbed Fortress Britain, protected by an advanced early warning system and a well-trained military. Britain was able to seal its borders and implement a robust defense against the undead hordes. With 50 million people, Britain became the last bastion of hope for humanity. But hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can lead to complacency. And while the British public enjoyed a semblance of safety within their borders, they grew increasingly reliant on the government for protection, becoming softer, weaker, more dependent. Meanwhile, the Special Forces grew bored of patrolling an empty Britain, yearning for a purpose beyond defending a static border. They wanted to take the fight to the enemy, to find a cure, to bring back the sun. But their pleas fell on deaf ears, until one fateful day when a small band of scientists claimed to have made a breakthrough. They had developed a vaccine that could potentially stop the outbreak in its tracks. But there was a problem. The only way to test the vaccine was to send a team into the heart of the undead, into the very epicenter of the outbreak, which just so happens to be in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And so it was that General Clayton Rickshaw assembled his crack team of special operators, handpicking 5 of the most skilled, resourceful, and fearless soldiers from various elite units around the world. He gave them one mission: retrieve the sample and bring it home. What they didn't know was that they were walking into a trap set by the very people who sent them. Because the real outbreak was not in the middle of the Atlantic. The real outbreak was right under their noses the whole time. As the team prepares for their mission, they have no idea what lies ahead. They don't know that they are walking into a nightmare. They don't know that they are walking into a dead drop. This is the end of part 1. If you would like a part 2, please like and subscribe.